High blood pressure, also known as hypertension, is a concerning health condition that impacts over 100 million Americans. It occurs when the force of blood pushing against arterial walls is consistently too high, placing extra strain on the heart and blood vessels. Over time, untreated hypertension can lead to serious problems like heart attack, stroke, aneurysm, heart failure, dementia, kidney disease, and vision loss. Blood pressure is measured in two numbers: systolic pressure when the heart contracts, and diastolic pressure when it relaxes between beats. Normal readings are less than 120 systolic and 80 diastolic. Hypertension is diagnosed when blood pressure is 130/80 or above on repeated screenings. There are a few key risk factors for developing high blood pressure, including family history, age, being overweight, lack of exercise, smoking, sleep apnea, chronic stress, kidney disease, thyroid disorder, and diabetes. However, one of the most significant contributing factors is poor diet, especially eating too much sodium and not enough potassium. Sodium causes the body to retain extra fluid, which increases overall blood volume and makes it more difficult for the heart to pump efficiently. Over 90% of Americans consume too much sodium, with the average intake around 3,400 milligrams per day when the recommended limit is 2,300 milligrams. Research confirms that reducing sodium intake can lower blood pressure, often as effectively as medication. The DASH diet, which emphasizes limiting sodium and eating more fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, has been shown to lower high blood pressure by up to 11 points in just 2 weeks. In this video, we will cover the top 15 foods high in sodium, saturated fat, and sugar that can spike blood pressure and should be limited or avoided if you have hypertension. Number 1. Processed meats. Processed meats like bacon, sausage, hot dogs, deli meats, and beef jerky are very high in sodium. Just a 2-ounce serving of processed meat can contain over 500 milligrams of sodium, which is a huge chunk of the recommended daily limit. These meats are dangerous for high blood pressure for 2 reasons: all the salt used to process and preserve them, and the presence of chemicals like nitrates and nitrites. These preservatives have been linked to high blood pressure, heart disease, and other health issues. If you currently eat processed meats regularly, try to limit them to no more than once a week, and be sure to read labels and choose low-sodium options whenever possible. Healthier protein swaps include skinless chicken or turkey, fatty fish like salmon, and plant proteins like beans, lentils, and tofu. 2. Pickled, cured, and smoked foods. Foods that are pickled, cured, or smoked also tend to be sky-high in sodium. This includes things like sauerkraut, pickles, olives, jerky, and smoked salmon. A 1-cup serving of sauerkraut can have over 700 milligrams sodium, and 3 ounces of smoked salmon can have over 500 milligrams. The sodium content is so high because these methods use salt as a preservative. If you're trying to lower blood pressure, you should limit pickled foods to no more than 1 to 2 servings per week. And instead of cured, smoked meats, choose fresh options like grilled chicken or fish. 3. Packaged convenience meals. Packaged convenience foods like frozen dinners, instant noodles, boxed mac and cheese, and canned soups are also common sources of excess sodium. Food manufacturers add salt and other preservatives to improve flavor and prolong shelf life. Just 1 frozen entree can contain your entire day's worth of sodium, and a single cup of canned soup can have over 1,000 milligrams. Check nutrition labels and choose low-sodium varieties whenever possible, or better yet, make home-cooked meals from fresh ingredients so you can control the sodium content. 4. Fast food. When you eat fast food multiple times a week, all that sodium really adds up and takes a toll on your heart health and blood pressure. Try to limit fast food outings to no more than once or twice a month, and focus on lower sodium options when you do indulge, like grilled chicken sandwiches without sauce. 5. Pizza. Pizza can be another sneaky sodium bomb thanks to ingredients like cheese, pepperoni, olives, tomato sauce, and the dough. 1 slice of a 14 inches cheese pizza from Domino's has over 600 milligrams. Add on meat toppings and you're looking at over 1,000 milligrams per slice. If pizza is a staple for you, switch to homemade and use low-sodium sauce and cheese. Load it up with veggies instead of salty meats. Or choose thin, flatbread crusts, which typically have less sodium than thick, buttery crusts. Moderation is key. 6. Chips, pretzels, and crackers. Salty snack foods like potato chips, pretzels, and crackers are common culprits behind excess sodium intake. Just 1 ounce of potato chips can have over 150 milligrams sodium. And crackers, breads, and pretzels are often high in added salt too. Check nutrition labels and aim for crunchy snacks with no more than 200 milligrams sodium per serving. Good options include low-sodium rice cakes, air-popped popcorn, roasted chickpeas, no salt-added nuts and seeds. 7. Cold cuts and cured meats. Sandwich staples like cold cuts, pepperoni, salami, roast beef, and turkey contain sky-high sodium because of the curing process. 2 slices of deli turkey can contain over 600 milligrams sodium, and just 2 ounces of salami has nearly 800 milligrams. Limit cured meat sandwiches to no more than once or twice a week. On other days, make sandwiches with low-sodium alternatives like grilled chicken breast, tuna, or egg salad. Use lots of veggies for crunch and flavor instead of meat-based toppings. 8. Canned beans and vegetables. While beans and veggies are healthy, the ones that come in cans are unfortunately high in sodium. Canned beans can have up to 800 milligrams per cup, and canned veggies like tomatoes, spinach, and carrots can average around 300 to 500 milligrams per cup. When possible, choose low-sodium or no-salt added versions, or rinse canned foods before use to remove some sodium. Best is to use fresh or frozen vegetables and prepare dried beans from scratch. This lets you control how much salt goes in. 9. Condiments. Ketchup, mustard, relish, soy sauce, and salad dressings are among the worst sodium offenders. Just 1 tablespoon of soy sauce has nearly 1,000 milligrams. Barbecue sauce and teriyaki sauce are also shockingly high in sodium. Make your own dressings and marinades at home so you can manage the salt content. Or use vinegars, lemon juice, herbs, and spices to add flavor. Go easy on condiments or look for low-sodium versions to minimize your intake. 10. Bread and rolls. Nearly all breads, rolls, bagels, biscuits, and bakery items contain added salt. 1 large bakery bagel can have over 600 mg of sodium, for example, and a 6-inch deli roll can have around 350 milligrams. Read nutrition labels and aim for breads with no more than 150 mg sodium per serving. Look for labels that say light in sodium or low sodium. Limit portion sizes of bakery items and don't eat them every day. Make sandwiches on lettuce wraps instead of bread occasionally. 11. Pizza sauce. Pizza sauce and canned tomato sauce tend to be very high in sodium because salt is added as a flavor enhancer. Just 1 of 4 cup of canned tomato pizza sauce can have between 250 to 400 milligrams sodium. Make your own sauce at home using crushed tomatoes and adding in only what salt you need. Or look for jarred pizza and pasta sauces labeled low sodium. If using regular sauce, add in extra herbs so you can use less. 12. Flavored yogurt. Flavored yogurts like fruit on the bottom and Greek yogurt contain surprisingly high sodium added to boost their flavor. A 6-ounce container can have between 160 to 250 mg. It may not seem like much, but it adds up. Stick to unsweetened plain yogurt and add your own fresh fruit and spices to control sweetness and sodium. Read labels and look for yogurts with no more than 100 mg sodium per serving. Low-sodium options do exist. 13. Canned soups. Canned soups and ramen noodles are notoriously high in sodium, with some varieties containing over 1,000 milligrams per serving. That's half of the daily limit in just 1 bowl. Make your own homemade soups so you can control sodium content. Or look for reduced sodium soup options with less than 350 milligrams per serving. Limit frequency to avoid excess intake. 14. Bottled salad dressings. Pre-made salad dressings and vinaigrettes tend to be shockingly high in sodium. 2 tablespoons of ranch dressing has about 230 milligrams. Blue cheese and Caesar dressings are even higher. Mix up your own dressings at home with olive oil, vinegar, lemon juice, herbs, and spices. Or look for bottled dressings labeled low sodium. Oil-based and citrus-based dressings tend to have less sodium overall. 15. Bacon. Lastly, bacon is incredibly high in sodium, with just 2 slices containing about 240 milligrams. Plus, The saturated fat and preservatives like nitrates make it problematic for heart health. Try swapping in turkey bacon or prosciutto on occasion, which are lower in sodium. But in general, limit intake to no more than 1 to 2 servings of bacon or other processed meat per week. Leaner proteins are healthier. In summary, being conscious of limiting intake of high-sodium foods is incredibly beneficial for controlling high blood pressure. Excess sodium intake causes fluid retention and stiffness in blood vessels, forcing the heart to work harder. Over 90% of Americans eat too much salt, which strongly contributes to hypertension prevalence. While occasional indulgences in high-sodium foods may be fine, making them staples in your diet can really escalate blood pressure over time. Processed foods tend to be biggest culprits for sneaky high sodium. Reading labels and cooking fresh foods yourself gives you control over sodium content. Focus on building meals around fresh vegetables, fruits, whole grains, nuts, seeds, beans, fish, chicken, and plant oils like olive and avocado. Herbs, spices, lemon, and vinegar can provide big flavor without adding sodium. Swap out high-sodium ingredients for lower-sodium options, like low-sodium broth in soups or turkey for salami and sandwiches. Along with a low-sodium diet, be sure to follow other recommendations like exercising for 30 minutes per day, achieving a healthy weight, not smoking, and limiting alcohol and stress. Controlling blood pressure is possible with lifestyle changes and medication if needed. Eating for healthy blood pressure is just as important as medications when it comes to keeping readings in a normal range. Processed foods are hidden sodium bombs, so focusing your diet around whole foods that you cook at home is key. Be sure to read nutrition labels closely so you understand exactly how much sodium is in items. If you like this video and want to see more about natural ways to prevent and manage high blood pressure, please subscribe to my channel. Your support helps me keep providing content to help people improve their health. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.